Welcome back, sports fans. My name's Cody. His name's Don. We are your hosts for the Out of Bounds Sports Podcast. Today, we are going to be talking about a rematch of Super Bowl 57. 2 years in the making. We've got the Philadelphia Eagles returning to face the two-time defending champs looking to make a three-peat in the Kansas City Chiefs. We had two conference games this past weekend, Bills, Chiefs, and Eagles, Commanders. John, you want to start us off with one of those games? What did you think of the games this weekend?
Let's talk about the Eagles game. I was expecting a much closer game, just because what happened in Detroit. It was embarrassing for Washington.
Yeah, I think the Eagles put up the most points ever in a conference game, like 55 points. And
I heard that too. Yeah, I believe that's true.
Three turnovers turned into 21 points for the Eagles after the Commanders had 0 turnovers in the first 2 playoff games. So that really killed them. You take away those 21 points, I mean, they're still down, but I think it's you tack on the points plus the momentum swings. Washington couldn't get anything going.
Well, after the game was over, I was hearing from like other podcasts or on X that the Commanders played not up to par because they were tired. And I'm going, you're kidding me, right? This is a chance to get to the biggest game of the year, and someone's going to say they're tired. You guys are averaging $15-20 million a year, and you're tired? No, play the bloody game.
Yeah, tired. I can't buy the tired excuse. Inexperienced, maybe. I mean, the Eagles have been here. Nick Sirianni's had as much as he gets flack for being a bad coach, or I think bringing his team to the Super Bowl twice in his 4 years, he's made it to the conference championship 3 times now, and he's made the playoffs every single time. The Eagles are not a team to mess around with, and so you're going up against them with a rookie quarterback, a young team. Like, this was bad. They were bound to show their true colors at some point. Like, the Cinderella story had to end, and I don't think it's disappointing for Washington.
Well, first of all, I thought by about week 5 or week 6, the Eagles coach was going to be fired. So that's good for him. The biggest difference with the Eagles team this time, as opposed to last time, is one thing: Saquon Barkley.
So yeah, absolutely, Saquon Barkley.
That guy is a beast. Holy cow!
First touch of the game, and he runs it 60 yards for a touchdown.
Yep. Just for shits and giggles, let me see what I can do.
Yeah. It's like all week, that the Commanders coaches were drilling, we have to contain Saquon. And I feel like after that first run, the touchdown, it was like all confidence in their defense. Like it was deflated. Like they're like the whole week, they're like, okay, it had to have been like, we got to stop the run game. We got to be able to force Jalen Hurts to pass the ball. He does have the weapons, but at least force him to slow it down. And then, bam, first touch, gone. It's like that's got to take some wind out of your sails.
Yeah, well, I don't know if containing a person to 3 touchdowns in a game is actually containing them. I thought early, it was like the Eagles went ahead, and then it was almost tied. Back. It was just a little bit of back and forth, and then those turnovers when they scored 21 points. So I don't have to watch this, but I will.
Yeah, I was basically just had it on because I was waiting for the next game to start at that point. No, I wasn't going to turn anything on in between. But it's disappointing way to end the season, but not a disappointing season for the Commanders. They've got the whole future to look forward to. My barber is a Commanders fan. He's he's ecstatic right now. So I think looking forward to the next few seasons, they're going to continue to grow. I'm hoping that Jaden Daniels doesn't have the same sort of like sophomore slump that CJ Stroud went through.
Exactly what I was going to say. It might not be as easy next year as it was also because now, well, I guess, a lot of the teams have already played him, so they know what to expect.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll
So
see what happens there. But you
and
know
then
what? It was unexpected. A team that goes from 4-13 to 12-5. There's nothing wrong with that.
no, yeah, exactly. What a great turnaround for them. Dan Quinn's done a good job so far. Couple pieces, and they'll be looking for another return to the playoffs next year. All right, moving on to the second conference game. This
Oh,
was,
wait. Okay, yeah.
but
I was just about to say, in the Eagles game, I've been watching football all my life, and there was a call made that I've never heard.
oh yes, good thing I'm
The
glad you brought this
offside,
up.
the offside, right?
Yeah,
So I have advised them that I can award a touchdown anytime they keep this nonsense up.
yeah. Like I was reading about that too, and they were saying like it's only ever happened once in a college game. It's never happened in the NFL. But yeah, that was such a wacky turn.
I've
Like
never heard that before.
no, and it was like yeah. I mean, there was nothing else Washington could do on that. Like that play at the 1 yard line that the Eagles have is pretty much unstoppable,
Yeah,
unless you are going to be able to jump the gun. But at that point, it was like after the first time he jumped over, the offensive line was like, "All right, we're just going to watch this guy. Once you see him start running, we're all going
yeah,
to pause, wait for him to jump, throw the flag, then we'll keep going." Like there's no way they're going to get it. So eventually, it
yeah.
was like, "All right." I was like, oh, okay. It was pretty funny though. He's like,
That was very entertaining. I found. I'm thinking, oh my god, do it one more time. Do it one more time, so you just award them the touchdown. I want to see that.
yeah, well, yeah.
That would have been pretty cool. But anyways,
Uh,
KC Buffalo game.
KC Buffalo. This one had all the juice. This one, I mean, Josh Allen's 4-1 against the Chiefs in the regular season. He's the only team, or he's the only quarterback to beat Mahomes that many times. But unfortunately, when in the games that mattered, the Bills are 0-3, now 0-4 against the Chiefs in the playoffs since 2020. The ultimate Brady versus Manning 2.0, except it's not really competition because Mahomes has won every single time. But I thought that I mean, I was cheering for Buffalo. I picked KC in a football pool that we
Same
do,
thing for
but
me.
what's that?
Same thing for me.
But I was really cheering for Buffalo to win that game. Now I'm cheering for KC to win the Super Bowl just because I love to see a three-peat and I don't want to see the Eagles win. But disappointing finish to the season. I mean, if we're talking about how the Commanders finish was not disappointing, this is absolutely heartbreaking for the Bills. I don't think that their book is closed though,
No way.
just
Not even
because
close.
like this team overachieved with what they had, I think. Like they didn't have a star wide receiver, they didn't have a star running back. Like they had Josh Allen making plays all year and a pretty strong defense. But
Yeah.
definitely this was a very good chance for them to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I believe out of all the Super Bowl contenders we still have, the only team whose book has closed is San Francisco. But did you are did you think there were any controversial calls in this game
I don't
or
think
any favored calls?
I don't think that there were any blatant calls as opposed to the Texans game a week ago with some of the quarterback calls. But if you are referring to the short that you posted, which you can catch on our channel, regarding the catch with um, the cornerback where they both caught the ball, looked like the Buffalo guy had it, and then Xavier Worthy kind of came up with it. Is that what you're referring to?
That's one of them. Yeah.
I think one of the announcers was saying that if it's a 50-50 ball, then it's always going to be rewarded to the offense in that scenario. So I mean, I think that if you look at if you look at it, the only evidence that I saw that might be able to overturn it is it looked like he kind of had the ball and then it hit the ground, but it didn't. I don't think there was enough conclusive evidence to show that he had control of that ball when it hit the ground. I don't know.
No, well, as I titled it on my shorts, a 50-50 call means 100% for the Chiefs. I thought it was pretty clever, actually. But um, first of all, the two problems I had with that call, and there was only two. While they were still fighting over the ball, the official said it was KC ball. While they were still fighting over it. That's number one. Number two, the ball hit the ground before and it was moving when it was hitting the ground. So the way I saw it, should have been an incomplete.
Incomplete, yeah.
Yeah. Not blatant, but still towards KC. The other one was early in the fourth quarter when Kincaid was going on third down. He got the first down, but they marked him short. And then Allen tried the sneak. He got over that line. The one guy called him over the line. The one guy called him short. And the guy who had actually called him over the line could actually see him easier than the other guy could, because the other guy had two players blocking him off.
Yeah.
That was a first down. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That was a first down.
That was, yeah, I do remember that play as well.
Yeah. And it's like I kind of get tired of these KC conspiracy things. Like, okay, there is blatant stuff. Yes, obvious, right? Is Patrick Mahomes in on it? I don't think so.
No, it's similar to like when Brady was the face of the league and he was dominating and like
he got all the calls.
He was getting all the calls as well. Yeah.
Yeah. The fact is, this guy's been in the NFL for 7 years. He's going to his fifth Super Bowl. So you know what? You can fucking whine and complain all you want. Okay, one call here, one call there. He's still going to 5 Super Bowls in 7 years.
Yeah. And even crazier than that is the 7 years that he started in the NFL, his worst ending to a season was a loss in the AFC conference game in overtime.
Yeah.
So years he didn't make it to the Super Bowl. They still made it to the AFC Championship, and they still brought the game to overtime, and they lost. So, and that was against Joe Burrow, and I guess it would have been Tom Brady. So,
I'm gonna say if he wins this upcoming Super Bowl, he's already going to be the GOAT.
Oh,
because he's only 28 years old. He's going to get to more Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Right? But to get to 5 out of 7 seasons, who the hell's done that before?
Yeah, this dynasty would make the Chiefs dynasty way like stronger than the Patriots.
And if he takes 4 out of 5 and takes three in a row, no one's ever done 3 straight.
Repeat, yeah. That's why I am looking forward to the Chiefs, just because as a sports fan, I like to be a part of history being made, and this would be a chance to be able to see it live, you know?
Yeah. It's just like I still will be posting the stuff that I feel was borderline.
Yeah.
Right? But okay, yeah. But he also ran for 2 touchdowns. So how do you explain that? Did like everybody jump out of the way so he could score? No, there was on his first touchdown, he creams a guy in the end zone going.
Yeah, exactly. He had to truck over someone to get in there.
Yeah, so you know what? I'm getting tired of the conspiracy theories. Not saying that it's not happening. What I am saying is he's not the one doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's organized between the NFL and the officials, you know, because he has to be the star now. But I don't think that really has anything to do with him. He just goes in there, plays the game. So
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's a very good point on that one. I like that. Do you think that Travis Kelce retires if they win the Super Bowl? I think he
I,
does.
you know what? I hope he does. I'm sick and tired of seeing that bitch Taylor Swift every bloody game they play.
You
I
know,
hope he does. I
I
hope he
love
does
seeing
retire.
Taylor Swift every game.
I'm sure you do. You're a Swiftie.
That's one of the highlights of my. That's why I'm looking forward to the Super Bowl. We'll get to see her in Super Bowl outfit. Get to see her in the box. See who she's cheering with. Yeah,
I
I'm
almost
looking forward
lost
to
my
that.
lunch last game when it was Caitlin Clark. A lot of lost respect. I lost a lot of respect for her that time.
Oh my God! All right, quick pre Super Bowl picks. Who you got, and by how much?
KC by, well, lately they always seem to be winning by 3.
It's
KC by 3.
if it's Casey, it's gonna like if it's gonna be a one score game, which I mean the last one against the last game against Eagles. As much as we hate it, as much as we hate seeing the rematch, that was a good game. That
Yeah, but
Eagles Chiefs
there
game,
was some really blatant calls in that game.
yeah. Well, it was high score, it was exciting. Um, so I think it'll be interesting to see how they hold the Eagles. But I'm going, yeah, Chiefs. If you're going 3, I would go Chiefs by 4, I guess. But
And if KC doesn't win, it'll be the Eagles by 10 to 14. It's
yeah,
going to be that drastic.
it's going to be them getting away with them. Barkley's going to run. I think Barkley's going to be the Super Bowl MVP if they win.
Yeah. If they can contain Saquon, they're going to win. If they can't, they're going to get blown out.
Yeah,
That simple. It's that simple.
for you and deflate you. All right, well. We'll hopefully we'll touch base one more time before the Super Bowl and maybe have a little bit more in-depth analysis on the what we think is going to happen in that game once we get a little bit closer to it.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because there will still be stuff happening between now and then, injury updates, what have you, and last time I checked, the point spread was KC by 1.5.
Yeah.
That's going to change too, right? Because if a whole bunch of people start dumping cash on KC,
Yeah.
then it's going to increase. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, so they're picking KC by 27 now.
Yeah, they like to squeak out the win, so we'll see what
Oh
happens.
yeah. Also, isn't that 18 games straight now that they have won a one possession game?
Yeah, something crazy like that.
It's just ridiculous.
So a championship team, they know how to win. They know how to make the
That
plays.
that's the thing. Even though I don't like Tom Brady, and I really don't, he was on a championship. They found a way to win. Joe Montana, same thing, right? Found a way to. I'm just going to say quickly because I was out with my sister watching the game on Sunday, and we were talking about Mahomes right now. Everyone's saying, "Well, it's all just conspiracies, blah blah blah." And I said, "You know what?" I said, "Not playing wise, but person wise, he reminds me a lot of Joe Montana, just because you don't really hear anything bad about Patrick Mahomes. You hear bad about the calls, you hear bad about the league. You don't hear anything bad about him.
Yeah.
Same thing with Joe Montana. I never heard a bad thing about him ever, right? And it's like they're just playing their games, minding their own, business. Every time Patrick does have a little breakdown, he's a person, okay?
Yeah.
But he just seems to be an all-around nice guy.
Yeah, no controversies. He's
No,
family guy. He played like exactly like I agree. I completely no. He doesn't. I don't. He seems like a team first guy. Doesn't seem like drama filled like some of these other guys. So I agree with that as well. All right. Well, there we have it. That's how we got. That's how we got here to Super Bowl 59, Eagles versus Chiefs. 2 weeks from now, or a little bit less than 2 weeks from now, on February 2nd. And don't forget, as the announcer
February 9th.
a million times during each broadcast, don't forget to check out the Apple Music halftime show featuring Kendrick Lamar. I'm
If you
excited.
want to suffer, absolutely. And it'll be on February 9th, by the way, not the 2nd.
Oh yeah, I guess February 2nd is this Sunday.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
We'll see you next time. We'll catch you. We'll catch up with you before the Super Bowl. And until then, take it easy. See you next time.
See you later, guys.